Oh, do you have tight hamstrings? Is this about as far as you can reach towards your toes? You get a lot of low back pain or just super stiff in the back of your legs. This is going to be a really good thing for you, a big full workout for you to make some long-term progress on your hamstring flexibility and health. So you can do all the things you want to do without pain. Here we go. So we're going to go through each movement here, and you're going to put it all together into a pretty big workout, probably take you 20 minutes or so at least. First and foremost, we're going to get sweaty, we're going to warm you up. We're going to increase the temperature of our tissues so that they adapt and they change better, faster. You're going to stretch a lot better. So jumping jacks, go for a jog, hit the bike, at least 5 minutes of really good activity so you can increase your core temperature and get some more progress with your flexibility. Okay? Then what we're going to do is we're going to smash and floss once you're warmed up. We're going to take something like a lacrosse ball, tennis ball, some sort of block. You could probably do it with the yoga block. Put it on a hard surface and then dig into that hamstring all the way from your butt bone to the back of your knee. Careful, first round, just feel it out. We're going to break up all these adhesions and tissues so that things adapt and change better. We get some better results with our workout. So you can do that for about 1 to 2 minutes each side. Next, we're going to just sort of set up our core and our glutes. If that's not working how it should, our hamstrings are going to take over and do way too much and just feel all junky and hold us back. So we're going to engage the core, engage the glutes. The thing we're going to do first is a glute bridge. We're going to feel it in that rear end, that butt, and we keep our abs tight. Careful not to over arch your back or let your ribs lift up. We got to keep all that closed, your pelvis tucked, and your butt squeezing up and down. If you don't feel it, you can lift up your toes. That can be helpful. You do 15 of those, and then we're going to switch it up to one leg at a time. Drive through the heel, the butt, and the belly. You probably notice you feel it in your hamstring more on one side. That's the weaker side. We got to learn how to put the work into the glutes. Okay, 10 of those on each leg. Then we're going to move into what we call a loaded 90-90 stretch. Here it is. My legs are both at 90 degrees at the knees here. That's why we call it the 90-90. You're going to lift up tall, and in the beginning you might not need any weight. You might need some support, a wall, a box, a chair, so that you can feel and be active in this position. Keep your back strong and straight. You're pushing your knee and ankle into the ground. Then we're going to pivot into the straddle stretch. Again, you might need something to push on, maybe a rope or strap to grab onto. But we only take it as far as you can really engage your muscles in these positions. And then we switch again, lifting tall, push, push, push. Should be super solid. Somebody comes by, they can't lift it up. And then the loaded part would come once you get the hang of it. You're going to hold a weight. You're going to squeeze the weight, create a lot of good healthy tension. In this straddle position, you're pushing your knees down, you're squeezing your butt. And then we rotate from side to side. Push, 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 squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Hold it for about 5 seconds at least. Push, 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 squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. See how close you can get your elbows to the ground. One day you keep this up, you'll put those elbows on the ground. You'll be feeling so flexible and strong. Squeeze, 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 push, push, push. Yeah. Okay, you're gonna do that back and forth for about 3 to 5 minutes. I told you it's a workout, I'm already sweating. Okay, next we're gonna need some sort of wall or doorway for an active stretch. Okay, what we're gonna do is get into a position where you can straighten your leg, brace your core, hips are level, flat on the floor, and you're gonna push for 8 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're pushing maybe like 60-70%. If you feel like you can take up a little slack and go further with the stretch, do so. If you're bent or you're twisted, you need to back off until you can straighten that knee up. So 4 sets of 8 seconds, you're pushing, 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 stretching further, 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 you know, within a reasonable range. And then the last thing you're gonna do is lift for 15 seconds and hold it. Nice strong quad, toes towards you. Hold it for 15 seconds, that's gonna seal that stretch in. You gotta do both legs. And then we're gonna move on to just an active straight leg raise. We're gonna do this, abs are tight, low back is pushed into the ground. Okay, if you feel like you lose your strength at some point, you can't get very much range of motion, you're gonna hook it up with a band, lower it down, lift it up, get a nice stretch. Ooh yeah. We're gonna do 2 sets of 10 on each leg, get stronger, more flexible. Okay, and now we're moving on. So maybe a counterintuitive move, but it's gonna be really good at stretching out the whole backside of your body. It's called a Jefferson curl. So we're gonna start, side note, don't do this if you have like a really sore, painful lower back, if you feel vulnerable when you're doing it. But if it feels good, give it a try. And then work your way up in weight slowly but surely. Start good posture, brace your core, tuck your chin, round each and every vertebrae. Knees are slightly bent. Boom. So I should be on a little box or a chair because the weights are helping me stretch and I stop here. So I'd want to get up on a little ledge and then maybe have my hands, maybe my wrists are going to my toes or something. I'm tight the whole time and then I curl back up. Keeping the weights close to the body the whole time. Try 5 of those at a time. Adjust your weight accordingly. Shouldn't be too strenuous, but you should feel a nice healthy stretch and like your core is being very supportive, everything's safe. All right, getting towards the end, you're gonna get some sort of band. If you don't have a band, you can get one online, Amazon or Rogue or Elite FTS. This big jump stretch band is very useful for many things. We're gonna start with it on your shoulders. Don't put it on your neck. Put it right across the back of those shoulder blades. Step onto it. Big chest, tall, pretty posture. Lift up your sternum and then set those shoulders back and down. We don't want to do this from this position. We got to get organized, engaged, solid through your core. And then we're going to practice our good mornings. That's just a hinge at the hip. Back stays nice and straight. Stretching the hamstrings. Drive up. Some of this stuff you might want to videotape yourself and see if you're accidentally rounding your back. Keep it straight. 20 reps. Strengthen and lengthen. Then we're going to do a back extension. We're going to go down in a straight position. We're going to tuck. We're going to round. We're going to really commit to this position. And then we're going to reverse it. Solid core. Drive. Okay, hips back. Round. Straight. Solid core. Drive. Again, make sure your back's straight and make sure you're rounding in a good way. I'm going to do 20 reps of those. And then I'm going to finish it off with a couple more Jefferson curls. That's it. I wish you well. Get those hamstrings longer and stronger. You'll be happy you did. Post some comments or questions. I'll set up the rep scheme in there as well. Thanks for watching. Get those hammies right.